Today we're going to talk about song mode. I think the song mode on the Woovebox is probably the best I've ever seen on a Groovebox. It's fast, but still powerful. The workflow is great, so let's get into it. Today, we're going to use this. Yeah, so let's head over to song mode. We're going to do that by holding the encoder and pressing the song mode button. So this is the song menu. This is where you would change the song related settings, such as the BPM, the root, the scale, and a bunch of other stuff. The second song page is the effects page. This is where you change the effect settings for all the sends. There is reverb, 2 delays, and a chorus, and this is where you would make those changes. But if you keep going one more, you will get to this page, which actually, let's initialize that real quick, because this is not what you're gonna see when you go to fragment 1. So I'm gonna hold down right, click this, and this is the context menu, and let's go to, I think it's this one. A song on the Woovebox is made of fragments, and here we are at fragment 1. You can see it says FR01. That means we're at fragment 1. And this says end. This tells you how long this fragment is going to be, so we need to set that. So let's just go with 4 bars. So these are beats, and let's go to 4 bars. So if I play this, nothing happens, right? Because we didn't add anything to fragment 1. So let's add some patterns. To show you, I'll just add the kick drum, which I believe was on this. Here we go. So now if I hit play, I'm gonna hit 4 bars worth of my kick drum track. There you go. But we probably don't want to start with that. So let's kind of see, you know what, let's check out the chords track. All right, I want to start with that. I think that sounds cool. We can now go to fragment 2 and we can set it up to play the next thing. However, I'm lazy, so we are going to clone it. Let's use the context menu in the fragment. So I'm in my fragment 1. I'm going to hold right and click the encoder. And now I can initialize the fragment, delete the fragment, clone the fragment. You change parameters by clicking, and then you long press to select. So now I just cloned fragment 1. So if I go to fragment 2, it should be the exact same thing. Perfect. And now let's bring in my bass line. So here we go. So it's going to sound like this. Cool. And one thing that's really good about the way this is set up is you don't have to listen to the whole song. You can just listen to the fragment exactly how it's going to play. So I can go to fragment 1. There we go. And hit play. And this is what fragment 1 sounds like. And I can go to fragment 2. Cool. So we're going to clone this again. It remembers where I was, which is amazing. Boom. I'm going to go to fragment 3. And let's bring in the hi-hat. I think I have it on this one. Yeah. So, except let's do something fancy here. I'm going to fade this one in. So to go to the pattern menu on this screen, you just hold down on the pattern. Boom. And now I have the context menu for this. So let's change the behavior. Right now it's on play. Let's go to fade 1. See what that sounds like. So it should fade this in. There you go. So now we can just clone this again. Clone fragment. Here we go. We'll go to 4, except for now, I'm gonna just have this play normally, and we're gonna add something else. Let's just bring in a kick. There you go. And then we'll play this one for 8 bars instead of 4. Here we go. And now let's, if we want to hear all the work we've done, we can just go back to the first page under the song mode and hit play. And it's going to play all the fragments in order the way we have them set up. So let's check that out. All right, that was cool, but I felt that fragment 2, no, it was, yeah, fragment 2 was unnecessary because it took a while for the hi-hat to kick in, so I'm just going to delete this one. And you can do that with the context menu. So I hold right, press this, and delete. Boom. Now it's going to go straight from the fragment where we have just the chords to the fragment where we have the chord and the hi-hat that's fading in. And I also love this. I love that it's visual. So I don't even have to listen. I can be like, hey, what's fragment 3? Oh, fragment 3 has got the kick in it, the chord, the bass. So this is, it's just, it's so fun to work with. I absolutely love this. So we're going to do something a little bit fancy here. So let's clone this. Whoops, that is not what I meant. 4 bars. And we're going to clone this. Boom. And on 4, I'm going to drop the kick and I'm going to turn on my... And maybe I'll even turn the chords off. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and let's clone that again. Boom. And then, for this one, we'll just bring in all the tracks. Cool. So, that's how you use song mode. But you may ask, well, how do you do a B section? Aha! Let's check that out right now. So, we're going to go to this track. And, which actually, I believe... Okay, so this is a lick pattern. This is a 64-step pattern. I'm not going to explain that right now. I'll do a whole video on that because I think that's amazing. But if you check the... If you look at this... 2, separate pattern. 3, 4, 1. It's automatically linking these patterns. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. We're on pattern 1 here. We're going to go to pattern 2. And let's do something. I'm just going to do my usual... Okay, this is kind of a hot mess, but let's go with it. We're not going to play it all at the same time. So I'm going to go back to song mode. Here we go. And this was the one that played them all. And we're going to clone this again. Boom. And then we go to this one. Now, on this one, I don't want that to play because that's just a lot. And I want to play this second one, right? But right now it's not playing. And why is that? It's because it's playing the first pattern. So we can hold it down and then go to the pattern screen and change it to pattern 2. So now, here's my B section. And that's it. That's how you use the song mode. There are some other more advanced options, but for this video, we're gonna keep it to that. And that is the basics of song mode, probably my favorite feature of the Woovebox. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Ciao, ciao. Well, I realized that I realized we didn't make an ending. But one thing that's super cool is you can fade things out too, so that you can create really polished tracks on this. But yes, that's song mode.